By the side of Oda Nobunaga, the supreme overlord of the Sengoku period, there was always a young boy who satisfied his sharp, restless senses. His name was Mori Ranmaru. One day, Nobunaga sought to test the boy. He commanded those present to guess the number of notches carved into the scabbard of his sword. As the elder vassals blurted out random guesses, Ranmaru remained silent. When pressed, the youth replied with calm composure, "I counted them earlier, so I already know." Nobunaga adored this perfect attentiveness and lean intellect, granting the young boy a staggering fief of 50,000 koku. But this favor was a slow-acting poison, festering in the hearts of the elder lords. Ranmaru sensed a darkness lurking deep within the eyes of Akechi Mitsuhide. Master Mitsuhide is so lost in thought that he drops his chopsticks during meals without noticing, Ranmaru warned. Rumors of his resentment toward you are endless. Perhaps it is best to strike him down now. Nobunaga merely laughed it off. His overconfidence in his own power, that was the beginning of the end. Mitsuhide was 39 when he entered Nobunaga's service, an age where one has already tasted both the sweet and the bitter life. Though he rose rapidly to become a lord of 270,000 koku through his peerless scholarship and martial brilliance, his heart remained cold. The decisive rift opened during the siege of Tanba. Mitsuhide had used a desperate gambit, offering his own mother as a hostage to secure the surrender of the Hatano clan. Yet Nobunaga executed the surrendered Hatano lords without a second thought. Enraged by the betrayal, the Hatano retainers took Mitsuhide's mother and crucified her upside down before the castle gates. Even for the Sengoku period, it was a merciless end. Inside Mitsuhide, whose mother had been sacrificed by his lord's whim, a resentment as deep as blood began to settle.
Nobunaga's cruelty only intensified, as if Mitsuhide were his sole target. At a banquet, Nobunaga forced a massive sake cup upon the non-drinking Mitsuhide. When he tremblingly declined, the cold flash of a blade was pressed against his neck. "Drink the sake, or drink this steel. Which shall it be?" Driven by the terror of death, Mitsuhide choked down the liquid until he nearly vomited. As he retreated, collapsing in exhaustion, Nobunaga's insults rained down upon his back. "So it seems your life is precious to you, after all." Beating Mitsuhide's thinning head, Nobunaga's behavior had long since abandoned the decorum of master and servant, trampling Mitsuhide's dignity as a human being into the dirt. May Tensho 10. Tasked with hosting Tokugawa Ieyasu, Mitsuhide prepared a lavish feast with the utmost sincerity. But Nobunaga arrived only to trample the dishes with his straw sandals, screaming that the meat stank and the display was too decadent. Dismissed on the spot, Mitsuhide was given a heartless command: depart immediately for the fierce front lines in the west. Mitsuhide hurled the precious vessels he had painstakingly collected into the moat of Azuchi Castle. His rage had finally passed the boiling point. At Mount Atago, he drew his fortune again and again, yet he could not stop.
at a poetry gathering, his spirit was so agitated that he consumed a chimaki rice cake, skin and all. The time is now. The rain falls in May. In this verse, he hid a relentless vow that he, a descendant of the Toki clan, would be the one to rule the world. On the humid night of June 1st, Mitsuhide revealed his secret to his close aide, Samanosuke. I shall strike Lord Nobunaga. Samanosuke drained his cup and nodded firmly. There is not a moment to lose. Let us go. That same night at Honno-ji Temple, Nobunaga could not sleep. He beat a drum alone. Life is but 50 years. Compared to the world below, it is but a fleeting dream, a phantom. Nobunaga had just fallen into a slumber after his dance when the clamor of the garden jolted him awake. Ranmaru rushed into the corridor to see the pale blue bellflower banners swaying in the dawn rain. It is a mutiny! Akechi's banners surround the temple. Nobunaga sprang up, seizing his bow while still in his white underrobe. It shall be so. I shall shoot down the traitor who knows no honor. When the bowstring snapped, he swung a spear, fighting like a demon. But against an army of 15,000, one man's bravery was hollow. A blood-soaked Ranmaru screamed, "My lord, inside! Please go inside!" Nobunaga realized his heavenly luck had run out. It cannot be helped. Closing the sliding doors and setting the temple ablaze, Nobunaga ended his 49 years of turbulent life amidst the roaring red flames. Meanwhile, at Bichu Takamatsu, Hideyoshi accidentally intercepted a secret letter sent by Mitsuhide to the Mori clan. Nobunaga is dead. Now is the time to crush Hideyoshi. Hideyoshi trembled at the contents, but by his side, the strategist Kuroda Kanbei whispered darkly, "My lord, fortune has finally turned in your favor." Hideyoshi swiftly concluded peace with the Mori, permitting Shimizu Muneharu to take his own life with honor, thus buying the precious time he needed. Then began the Chugoku Ogaeshi, the Great Retreat. In an age of primitive travel, Hideyoshi led his army at a terrifying speed. He deceived the hostile Ukita clan with a lie about being ill and galloped through the night disguised as a common soldier. Just over 10 days after leaving Takamatsu, Hideyoshi appeared at Amagasaki. Mitsuhide was shaken to his core. The enemy, who should have been the furthest away, had returned the fastest, baring his teeth. June 13th, Tensho 10, Yamazaki. Mitsuhide learned that the allies he had trusted, Hosokawa and Tsutsui, had abandoned him to join the winning side, Hideyoshi. The dream of ruling the world crumbled with a deafening roar. The Battle of Yamazaki was over in a few short hours before Hideyoshi's overwhelming numbers and morale. Mitsuhide fled with only a handful of followers. Exhausted, slumped over his horse in the dead of night, he reached Ogurusu in Yamashina. Suddenly, from the dark thicket, a bamboo spear thrust by a local peasant pierced Mitsuhide's side. My entrails! Only 13 days after Honno-ji, just as Ranmaru had asked Nobunaga for 3 years, Mitsuhide's ambition vanished like dew in the mud before 3 years could ever pass. As dawn broke, the protagonist of the new era was no longer Mitsuhide nor Nobunaga, but that monkey who seized the moment.